All right, welcome back. So I got way more than I expected. My connection unfortunately had a lot more than I thought they did. So originally I was just gonna get half a case, and I ended up getting a full case instead. It is what it is, I guess. Haha. Lol. Anyways, this is SAO Volume 2. This is a dual release with Evangelion. In terms of meta impact, Evangelion's way better. It's not even remotely close. Keep in mind, Ava was made with recent JP meta in mind, right? Whereas SAO Volume 2 was released a long while back in JP. Like, I think last year, if not earlier than that or something. So, yeah, the power creep has definitely shown because Ava's way stronger than SAO. However, I do like the SAO decks a lot more than Ava. I like the IP more, especially. And the championships coming up, I'm probably going to play an SAO deck instead of Ava because fuck Ava. So, that's it. We have a whole case to go. Originally, also, because I was just going to have a case, there was a chance I wasn't going to hit a 2-star. So I'm like, I just get a whole case. I guess I get a guaranteed 2-star. Unfortunately, this set has fucking like 10 of them. Because why not, right? They just need a shit ton of 2-stars. And Bandai is fucking stupid, so they don't change the rates. So here we go, I guess. Time to see. But yes, typical. So this is a volume 2 set, which means the new color, purple, is the one that will dominate in terms of what you're going to get for cards. So like you're going to see a lot more purple cards than you will for yellow, green, and blue. However, purple is a really, really good color. It's the first volume 2 we've seen also where not only is a new color really good, as in like top tier, all the supports for the other colors and the builds are really good too. Like, holy shit, it's like actually crazy. Nice. Misumi Tozawa, the box topper. This is for one of the new builds for purple. They have it based on song, and then they have it based on progressive. So they have it based on both films for SAO. But yes, that is for one of the builds, which I really want to play for championships. But holy shit, Toshi Ken is obnoxious. Yes, but the new volume 2 is really good in terms of meta impact. It will have some, mostly in the new colors, but some of the other colors do get good enough supports that you can consider them. Not this build though, Kyoto Yu-Gi-Oh! This is for the Alice and Friends build. It's really funny too. They made this card. Anyway, how do we fix this art? How do we fix this build? Give him a card that says it's also treated as Kirito and Yu-Gi-Oh! Hey, cool. It's a double gen treated as Kirito Yu-Gi-Oh! And now your Alice can just kill a 4K now without needing both a separate Kirito and Yu-Gi-Oh! But it's funny because if you hit this with an Asta Raid negate or the Snow White from Nikkei, discard 2 to negate a card in the field, it loses this effect. And so you cannot raid on top of it, which is really ass. It's a funny interaction, though. Yes, Lifo with the Yuno. This is really good. We're still waiting on this technically. In JP, it actually got hit. Yuna is 2-1, I believe. So you only play one copy of her, which sucks because 1, she's your searcher for a song trait. 2, it's a raid base. So it really sucks dropping her down to 1. In my opinion, people have been asking her the deck to get hit. My problem is because we got Ava at the same time, there's no reason to hit this. I think if you think Song for SEL should be hit, you're fucking stupid. Because Ava got 2 hits, as in cards that they didn't even print, and it does not change the decks at all. They're still all really fucking good, and they are miles ahead of Purple Song. Because guess what? They can all free play bodies off of bodies. This deck requires you to use a special in order to replay a body and recur from the sideline. Yeah, no. Yellow Ava, you get a get trigger in the sideline. You have a Masato in the back line. Anyways, discard the card, play it active on the field or whatever. Oh, cool. Purple Ava. Hey, raid one of the 7 costs, and you can play a body for free, too. Doesn't matter. Fuck it. Who cares? So, in my opinion, it's really stupid that people would think that this should be hit or following JP, because, like, we have Ava. Why does that matter? Ava is, like, still the best deck by far. Even at full power, this deck does not match Ava's power. By miles. We also have this card. This is a funny card because people have been getting the rulings wrong. Basically, this says look at the top 5. It adds any card among them. It adds 1 card, but you reveal it. However, if you add a card with the Song Affinity, other than this card specifically, or a Yuna, you restand an AP. The thing that people get confused about is this Yuna part, because it says if the card you revealed was a card with Song Affinity other than Ubiquitous DB or a Yuna, So choose only one of the APs. So people were thinking that you couldn't restand APs with Yuna. No, it's separated. So if you search a different song trait, which there's only 2 others, the special and then longing, which lets you draw 2 sideline 2, or you search a Yuna, you can restand an AP. It's just this wording and texting is really weird. But yes, basically this lets you restand an AP most of the time. We're gonna click this Mizumi or Misumi Mito. This Mito is the alt art for the current winner card, I think. No. Sorry, it's a promo pack. This Mito has an alt art. It's currently in the promo pack for the store tournaments right now. But yeah, Asuna. I need to look more purple. Oh yeah, this is the other song card too. That's not the special longing. Yeah, Alice, Kirito, Akihiko. I've never seen this card. This is real. When playing, you may summon one character on your field. If you do, look at the top 5 cards, reveal the 2 progressives, add them to hand. This is mid. You wouldn't play this anyways. It's a sight also. Who fucking cares? 2 purple rares though. That's crazy. Actually, no. I guess it's not. It's a volume 2. It makes sense. Oof. Okay. Pina. Yes, every deck gets upgrades. The other new build for yellow is this Integrity Knights. Integrity Knights becomes its own build entirely. Separate, kind of separate from Yuna, not Yuna, Alice and Friends. So, yep, that will be really good. Kirito, Sin on Smile for You. Yeah, this is the other song card, the only other song card. It adds up to a character, adds any character from your sideline to your hand, and then plays up to 1 SAO survivor with 1 AB cost from your hand set to active on your field. And then it protects it from character abilities. Here's the thing. So people want to hit this deck, but I'm like, this is the only way you recur bodies from the sideline with this card specifically. Guess what? It only protects you from character abilities, so it triggers events. It doesn't protect them. Second, you need an event to do that. Now, there's a way to recur the event. It's the 3-cost Yuna raid, but like you're having to spend an AP to then play a body to get the special back. And then unless you play the 4-cost raid Yuna, this costs 1 AP. So you pay 1 AP to play a character. What do the Ava decks do? They pay 1 AP to play a character that plays another character for free. Yeah, I don't know. Not exactly free in my opinion. Also nice AP. Not foiled, but still. But yeah, that's the level of power creeps. And the power creep is really stupid in UA because now the power creep is just who can shit out the most bodies fast. Decks like Reno Kikaru are theoretically really good, except Ava exists now. And then we get Kagurabachi next set. They have cards that just say, fuck it, discard or sideline the card on the field and then play it active again. They get like, oh yeah, well, Tokyo Ghoul. Oh man, there's just too many power creep sets at this point where a song is really good, but it does not matter anymore, in my opinion. As someone who's been playtesting this deck almost nonstop for the past like 6 months, yes, because I proxied it before we even got the set announced. Yeah, someone who's been playing for a long time, yeah, it's really good, but compared to Ava, yeah, no shot. It's fucking terrible. Additionally, we also got new cards for Goddess. This is the second deck that people have been looking at, other than the purple decks, because Goddess got really good upgrades. This card is just an Asuna. It's no trigger, but it just says draw a card, then place a card from your hand into your sideline. And if you have 4 cards or if you have 4 or less life, you can draw a card instead. So, theoretically, really good. I don't know how I want to play her because she is a non-trigger, which really sucks. And for a deck that wants you to be low in life, it's really risky in this current meta where Ava just shits in your mouth and then takes like 5 life in like 1 turn without trying. This is like a turn 2 play, by the way. On a high roll, turn 2 going second, yeah, they just fucking take all your life. Who cares? Because like red high roll is just so heinous. There's that. Asuna there. And then, yeah, this is the unicard that I'm talking about. This is on play. Adds up to 1 song affinity from your sideline to hand. And then you can choose another character. It gets 1,000. This is a really good... Oh, sorry. Hold on. It's... Why is it not in focus? All right, there it is. Yeah, this is the new raid, though. It's actually what I need because I am going to build... I'm playing Song or Progressive for championships. Am I going to do well? No, because I'm not playing Ava decks, so who fucking cares? But... I like the Ava decks. They're cool, but, like, I don't really care about Ava as an IP. At the end of the day, I treat this at least. I treat this like a card game where I just get the IPs I like. Here's the other AP. Not foil, so we have our APs already. But, yeah, I'm just treating this like I should have been treating it from the beginning, is that I get IPs I like. Which is why I also, like, for a lot of sets, I didn't just get a case or half a case. I just won a few boxes or just got singles, so... But that's going to be me. these next couple sets. Kagurabachi I don't care enough about as an IP to get. Solo leveling I do care about, so I actually might go a case deep on that. But this is a 2-color set, so that might change things. And then the fuck, what do you call that? Tokyo Ghoul. It's cool. I don't really care about as an IP either, but I do like playing the decks. They are fun, so I'll probably build a deck for it, but that's about it. But again, even with rare battles in mind, like half the IPs that are coming up, I don't care about. I'm not going to build it. Because at the end of the day, that's how you should treat it. You shouldn't build every deck necessarily. Yes, they're relatively cheap overall, but like you don't have to build every deck, right? There's just no point, especially if you don't care about the IP. It's just not going to be fun for you, maybe. And then again, you're just spending money that you don't need to. Especially since I think in terms of prices, all the decks upcoming will be overall meta. And so, you know, they're going to be really strong at least. So they'll command a price point. In my opinion, I don't think cards will be as cheap as they used to be in year 1/year 1.5, whatever, of this game's life. Which is something to kind of keep aware of. Because we saw Kenshin, tier 1, dominating deck. Again, it did drop in price, but like before the regionals in LA, it was what, $200, I think? It was almost $200 to build the entire deck. So even now, it's like over $100 just to build the deck. So, you know, decks are going to get better, and then decks are going to stay relatively valued. Again, not as expensive as other TCGs, mind you, but it will be enough that the budget will be a little iffy for newer players. Especially, again, like this set specifically is a Volume 2, so there's no final restand reprints. So if you don't have finals for green or yellow or blue, good luck. Blue is cheaper, though, because they have a structure deck, so it's fine. But for the other colors, good luck. Good luck. Granted, they're not that expensive, but still, it's not going to be in the budget price range that you want it to. Yeah, this is the Mito. This is for the progressive build. I actually really like it. It just relies on you BP burning your opponents and then attacking through. It basically relies on the Asuna specifically to do anything. But, you know, it is what it is, right? It's just Toshi Kenpachi existing nullifies that deck. Not as harshly as it does for, like, Byakuya Renji, right? Because their special is also BP reduction and Kenpachi is immune to it, but it's enough that... Oh, damn! Okay, not the 2-star I wanted, to be honest. This is the first fucking box. Not the 2-star I wanted, but still a really nice one. Yeah, I like it. I still like all the 2-stars. The thing is, I really wanted songs. In my opinion, the Asuna Goddess for yellow, and then, like, the Kirito will be the most expensive. Mito will be kind of pricey, but I don't think it'll be that crazy because... Again, you had to watch the... Even if it's waifu, you had to watch the movies. And I don't think that many people watch the movies, in my opinion. The other issue with this IP is that... someone took something. Whatever. The problem with these IPs, something like this, SAO, there's no more anime. They're done. There is a manga, and there is light novels, I believe. But you can't really make cards based off light novels. And then the manga is kind of weird, because the order of reading it, I think, is kind of awkward. But, yeah, no. It's just a really weird place where you have a set like this releasing. And then, you know that the only future support they'll get is, like, maybe a binder collection. But that's about it. So, yeah, basically, at this point, this set entirely, this IP, is done getting support ever. Unless they get, like, unless they get a binder collection. That's about it. This is a nice Asuna, too. This is a good one, too. Because if you have 2 or more Mothers, Rosario, or Yukis in your discard, you just draw a card on play. So, pretty good card. It's just no triggers, which sucks. Also, now that I'm looking at this, I am almost done with the box. I have one more pack after this. Maybe it's because I pulled the alts, but I don't see me getting 6 SRs. So, the last set, Demon Slayer, had this. This is an SR, nice. This is the Yuki. Which is the sig I just pulled. So, let me see. Let me just look at the back. Oh, maybe it is. The Yui there, too. Okay. Oh, my God. My organization has not changed at all. It's still poop. Also, again, the bane in my existence opening all this pack is all these goddamn cards. And the holy shit. Yeah, I do have a ton of purple. Oh, my fucking God. I'm killing myself. Okay. I'm going to have to do like this. Sorry. I'm going to have to organize things on the fly because it is what it is. Obviously, there'll be far less cards of the other colors. Okay, I was worried, but let me actually count the SRs really quick. Oh my god, it's god. I'm not on an uneven surface, which is why the cards are kind of sliding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, maybe it's because I pulled the Alt Art 2-star, but there's only 5 SRs here. So it looks like they didn't really change it. So Demon Slayer had 6 SRs per box, I think, but this one has only 5, it looks like. But again, we'll have to see how the rest of the boxes go. But this looks like a set. I don't know if Ava's the same way, but this set might be one where they went back to the old ratios. Because ever since, what was it? Nikkei. Ever since Nikkei, which again was only 2 months ago, we had 6 SRs per box. And this was like the norm. So people were getting used to it, but it looks like they might be going back against it. We'll have to see. Okay, I'm going to have to organize stuff really quick. My mouse is on my table. Let me move this. I'm going to move the SRs off screen or off camera. There's APs. There's the alts. We'll do like this. Okay. We'll do like this. Sorry, everything's just going to get shifted, and it looks really awkward, I know. I apologize. It's just how it is. Yes, it's all going to be off screen because how many fucking cards there are. God damn it. Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh! We have a new Yu-Gi-Oh! This counts as a Yu-Gi-Oh! Himself, but the name is Synthesis 32. And all players just draw a sideline. Good card, but you don't really play him at all. You only play him in the Integrity Index build. You can play him in the Alice and Friends build, though. And I think I'm on 2 of them, but it's fine. The deck is still trash anyways. Their issue isn't fixed yet, so... Synthesis, Asuna, Kirito. Yeah, this is the Asuna. That's also the winner card this current season, so... Leafa, Sinon. Man, this Sinon's so nice. It just gives impact for free. Also, let me adjust this again. There we go. Was it like that the whole time? I was not even paying attention. Oh, yeah. Yes, but God, this is the other deck that people have been talking about. Solely because the new raid... Let me see if I pull her first before talking about it. Actually, it just won't make sense if I don't pull her and see her. Hopefully I pull her in this box. Sinon. Yep, those 2. Makiko Kiyaba. What a terrible card. Okay. Kyoto, Berkeley, Klein, Diaval, Pendant, Snaz, Worm, Final, Yuki again. Okay, we're gonna have to side this. I have to do how I used to, which is I just rotate the cards every new box, so I can keep track of how many SRs I pulled per box. And yeah, this will probably be the make or break, just because well, maybe it just ends up being a box that's like 6. I really was hoping if it's changed back to the old thing, that thing's really stupid. I think they really benefited from doing their new ratio, which was just 6 SRs per box, because holy shit, why are we gambling? Again, why are we gambling on alts, and then why are we gambling on SRs? Can you not make it, like, even Yu-Gi-Oh! Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh!, right? Kept it more uniform. Because Yu-Gi-Oh's is 2 secret, for core sets at least, for core sets. It's 2 secret rares, 4 ultras, right? And that's just, there's error boxes that you can have like 1 less secret or like, I don't know, like 1 more secret or even 1 more ultra, whatever. But in general, like the cards are uniform in like your ratios. So why are we not doing it here for UA? I get that JP has it worse. Well, I don't know if they have it worse. It's cheaper, but still, like, their ratios are like less cards per pack, less packs per box, and then less boxes per case. But why are we doing it like that? This is EN. We should just do the better ratios at that point. JP's not going to change. Why don't you just change it for EN? Especially since EN is at a point where, like, even though the sets are getting better now, so in terms of power creep, it'll be all good. The problem is the value's still really low. The hit rates are really bad, and then stores are losing confidence, right? Now, like I said, the sets are getting better in terms of power. In terms of IPs, I don't know, hit or miss. Stuff like Inuyasha will be really popular, but stuff like Kakurubachi, despite how good it is going to be really bad. Not really bad in terms of, like, performance. It's really strong. It's just in terms of IPs, like, come on. How many people have heard of Kakurubachi over fucking Inuyasha, right? But yeah, that's the problem. Unless it fits a niche, like Nikkei and 100 Girlfriends fits that niche for like waifu collectors and stuff. Unless it fits that niche, it has to be a popular IP or it has to be strong. And while Kakurubachi's strong, it's not as well known in terms of IP. So, especially when the set the month after Kagurabachi is fucking solo leveling, which is like one of the most popular animes in the West, right? In like the past several years. So, we have a Yui AP. I'm really hoping, I mean, I'm jinxing myself already, but I'm hoping I don't. Look, Yui's like fine, but I don't want the AP for her, please. Okay. Kyoto, Sinon, Kurudeal. Cool. But yeah, Kagurabachi will still do well. It's just, I don't think it'll sell as well as people might hope. That's a good alt for sure. Mito, I'm gonna want a lot of those. Although, yeah. It's just, again, Solo Leveling Tokyo Ghoul a lot more popular than Kagurabachi. After that, the 5th is Sakamoto Days, which is still really popular, but which is funny because Sakamoto Days, when we first heard about it in EN from JP, it's like, holy shit, these cards read like fucking cracked and broken. And then if you look at the tier list now, it's like, Sakamoto Days is like tier 1.5, tier 2. Yeah, it's not as good. It says a lot when Sakamoto Days is fucking like tier 2 or tier 1.5. It's like, what the fuck? This is a deck with 2 colors, by the way. One of them has a raid that's just an AP restand, fuck it. The other one's a just yellow Sakamoto store, and then like the sniper dude or whatever, but I don't know, man. The decks are, it really says a lot when the decks we once called super broken are not as good in JP. It really says a lot. But we'll have to see. We have the championships coming up. We'll see how the results are. In my opinion, I think SAO, look, even though I'm playing it, yes, and I wish to do well in it, I'm going to try. I don't think SAO is going to make top 16. I think it'll be like 4 Kenshin decks. Probably like, honestly, no. I think it'll be 4 Kenshin decks, 2 Toshi Kens, and then 10 Avas. Ava's just so much stronger than everything else. It's not even close. Oh, this is a nice AP. This would be nice in the foil. If I get the focus. Yeah, that's a nice foil. Or that's a nice one if I get in foil. But yeah, I think it's just in terms of performance, I think Ava's just going to dominate. People are like, it'll be like the Kenshin sweep at LA, basically. It'll be majority of like the new set. Even though this is a dual release, it's just SAO doesn't match up is the problem. People talk about Goddess as a sleeper. The problem with Goddess is you have to be low on life to do anything. And in the format now, you cannot be low on life. You cannot. Because you need to have 3 life or less to really do anything with the deck. Because you're Sinon because of 4K sniper on play. At 4, yeah, Asuna can swap and prevent them from moving, but like you really need to be at 3 for the Sinon. Okay, so this is the new Leafa raid I'm talking about. So this card specifically, if I can get to focus. Sorry, I'm gonna just. Okay. So on play, if you have 4 or less life and all characters on your front line have Goddess, which they will because you're only playing Goddess in this deck. This character gets impact until the end of the turn. Then you place the base card of this rated card face up in your life area. So this is the first card we've ever gotten in EN where you can put cards back to your life. This is a theoretically really broken card because this effect can essentially almost give you infinite life at some point. There's another deck in JP for a IP called Shy. I think it's like the hero build for blue or something. I think it's Shy. But like basically the deck was just putting tons of non-triggers back to your life. In like a single turn, you can put like 3 cards back to your life. And it turns out, in a game like this, putting cards back to your life, pretty strong. Here's the problem with this card. You have to have 4 or less life. You need to have this in your hand. Because the problem is, yeah, you can Raider off life and still do effect. But the problem with this deck is that you have to be low in life. And against decks like Ava, you cannot afford to do that. It's too risky. You're putting yourself low on life for no reason, just to do your effects, and it feels really bad. Also, 6 SRs, so we'll see what the rest of the boxes are like. But right now, it's looking like maybe 5 to 6 SRs per box, but we'll just keep counting, obviously. But yeah, the Leafa is really good for the deck. It's why people are calling this a sleeper, because that effect alone changes it. It makes the deck a lot better. The problem is just, it's fucking Goddess, and they don't really have any payoffs. So Sinon's a 4K attacker if you have 3 or less life, and then she gets impact at 2 or less life, but then it's like, you have to be low in life to do that. And then being low in life in this game is really bad, especially all it takes is your opponent having 1 good turn. Then you put me low in life, I do my Goddess stuff, and then on the next turn, you just special, restand, raid, kill all my entire front line, and I just die. And I had low life that I didn't need to otherwise have with most other decks, right? So that's the problem with these kinds of niche decks. Like, I like the concept of being low on life to do anything, but it's just the payoff is really bad. Okay, another Misumi, that's really good. Yeah, the concept is just interesting. The same with triggerless decks, in my opinion. I think that's a really interesting concept. It just feels really fucking bad. Also, that was a 1-alt box. Holy fuck, I hate this. Yep, Yui, Silica. But yeah, I like the concept of these deck mechanics that are not just straight line vanilla bullshit. But it also really fucking sucks because usually they're not great. Nikkei Inherit, Red Ava, the triggerless build, I thought was personally really interesting. The problem is it has no real payoff, and then why would you play it out when you could play Big Red Ava instead, which on high roll beats your opponent in 3 turns, so it doesn't matter. Even on like a mid roll, like a normal game, yeah, Red Ava, they get their raids out. Guess what? It's a fucking like 10k attacker. It cannot be chosen by any effects. So like, who fucking cares? It's like some stupid bullshit or whatever. And it also hurts because we didn't get any hits to, well, we got hits to purple, right? We got hits to it's funny, we got hits to the Wild build because they hit the Mari Searcher. They didn't print her at all. But they didn't hit the other deck, which is the Shinji deck. And that fucking sucks because that deck is straight up vanilla, but it's so fucking strong. Both builds, by the way, the 4-cost curve and then the 7-cost build. I don't know. It feels really weird because I'm like, oh man, these hits, like, the hits are fine. It's just Wild was already a bad choice going into regionals because, like Byakuya Renji, it's theoretically a really good deck. Except if you play against Toshi Kenpachi specifically, you have a super, super bad matchup. This is a nice ult. It's just this deck really sucks, but cool ult, I guess. Nice Renri. Anyways, the deck is still functioning really good for Ava. And it's like, they hit the Wild build, the one build which, while really, really strong, has a bad matchup into Toshi Ken. Because the problem is, if you have Kenpachis out, you just flat out aggro your opponent on Toshi Ken. And then if they play Wild, good luck, because you cannot BP reduce any of the Kenpachis, really. Except for the 3-cost. But the 3-cost is, sorry, the 4-cost, that's, no, the 3-cost, that's a pseudo 4. But, the problem is, the Kenpachis can't be BP reduced. By the way, your special also BP reduces. So, you cannot remove any of the Kenpachis by any means in the Wild build. You cannot BP reduce them, which is actually what they want to do. And it's also an issue that Progressive has. Granted, in the game situations where your opponent will only have Kenpachis, that's still relatively rare. But, in the case that they do, you just do nothing to your opponent. Because your specials are useless, and so your only means of winning is by attacking aggro. And it's like, if they've taken more life than you, yeah, it doesn't matter. Hey, they raid the 4-cost Kenpachi. Anyways, hey, he's a damage 2, impact 1, damage 2 for the turn he's played. Oh, if you try to kill him, yeah, you can't because he can't be BP reduced. And if he blocks, then fuck it, he can just play the base active. So who cares, right? You still have to deal with a Kenpachi that also can't be BP reduced. I don't know. It's really stupid. It's really unfortunate. Like, Toshi Ken just ruins it. It's just, in JP, it's like tier 2. And it's still really good. It's just the sets that they have outweigh ours. And their power creep means that a deck like Toshi Ken doesn't matter. Because even though Wild is still one of the best decks and has a hard counter matchup into that, it's still really good into everything else in the set. It's just that them hitting the Mari Searcher sucks, and it just means that we are going to not see Wild as much, but we're just going to see the purple Shinji build, which is expected, because in my opinion, I expected purple to be the most represented deck. Yellow doesn't require raids, it plays pretty fast in aggro, it has almost essentially infinite recursion, so the deck's really good. It just has a high skill ceiling. That's the thing you'll notice also with these newer sets, is that they have a lot higher of a skill ceiling. So it's not as simple as pick up and play anymore. It's learn the deck and play it efficiently, because there's a big difference between a player that's experienced will play the board more optimally and someone that doesn't. Because with older decks, you can play unoptimally and still end on the same thing. These newer decks require you to sequence things in a certain way in order to achieve the most optimal effect. Older decks like Blue JJK, fuck it, you just play Sukuna. Anyways, brain dead moment, you just get fingers into sideline and then call it a day. But then these new decks require a lot more sequencing plays and a lot more combo lines to understand and know. But again, that's just these new upcoming decks. Not every upcoming set will necessarily be like that, but for the most part, they will be. Even 100 Girlfriends. 100 Girlfriends is not going to be meta, by the way, but it's a not straightforward deck. Let's just say that. Leafa, Control, Black, Line. Okay. Alice's Synthesis. We have another... No alts. Holy shit. Ah. So we have one alt in this box. Again, I don't know why it's done like this. This is so stupid. It feels bad, too, because you're like, fuck, man. I just really wanted it to be uniform numbers, but no, Bandai has to play the game because they say fuck it. It's really some geriatric old fuck who runs Bandai's marketing probably, and they go, yeah, what if we made what if we gambled them on having just 1 or 2 alts? I'm sure people will buy boxes for that. Yeah, the only reason I got a case for SAO Volume 2, by the way, is because of championships. I know people will buy boxes, but I still have to get all my SRs before championships. So, actually, let's count the SRs before I continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's 6 there. So maybe it's just because I pulled the 2-star there. That was kind of weird, but yeah, I don't know, I even lost my train of thought. I'm so frustrated. Yeah, oh yeah, the alt arts. Yeah, I just don't understand why they do like this, because it doesn't really sell... They will sell boxes because of how good it is, or maybe based on IPs, but in general, it doesn't really sell sets if you're kind of gatekeeping... Not gatekeeping, sorry, that's the wrong use of words. It doesn't help if you're keeping alts behind a gotcha mechanic. You're already gambling on boxes anyways. Why gamble on half the case being 1 hit and half the case being 2 hits? It's why a lot of stores dropped it, because they just had boxes sitting there. And while the sets will be better this year, you have to hope people will buy into it, and UA is still a really niche game. So, it's not as complex as most, if not all, of the other Bandai games, right? So, hey, that's another Misumi. That's really good. Right. But yeah, it's not as complex as the other card games. It's very much luck-based. I just don't know why they keep it to this. Also, who the fuck just added me on Discord? Oh my god. Some random schmuck who gives a fuck. Alright. Blue is about to be full. Oh, shit. Okay. That's Aki Yuna. Yeah, this is really awkward. I really did not want to get a full case, but I did. I gambled on it, and I lost the gamble because I pulled not as good of a 2-star. The Yuki looks good, but fuck, I really wanted the song ones. Yes, the Asuna will be the most expensive one, but I didn't care. I want the song one. Ah, fuck! Also, that was a 1 alt box, and here's another 1 alt box potentially. It's a Kirito that looks so ugly, but hey, this is a really good card too, because if on the front line, Asuna cards in your field, during your opponent's turn, they can't be chosen with abilities on characters or events unless they discard the card. So, yeah, no, that's a good card for the ALO deck at least, because the issue was that Asuna was always your main attacker for that deck. Now you have the Yuki raid, which is still pretty good. It's just she sidelines herself at the end of either attack phase. But your Asuna is now protected, which is the main thing, because your Asuna was always pretty vulnerable to removal, and you had no ways to recur it. You still can't recur it, but just having the the Asuna protected is all that you really needed. Granted, the only protection is that if you were to choose it with a character or an event, you have to discard the card. So it's similar to the Kaoru from Rurouni Kenshin. Not as much of a great protection. It's not like the Tanjiro for Demon Slayer, where it just says that the Nezuko can't be chosen by abilities, right? But, okay, second alt. That was really fast, too. What the fuck? 2 alts on the same side. Do I even remember this? Yeah, if you have 4 more cards in your hand, reduces cards requiring energy by 1. When play, you may pay an AP if you choose up to 1 character, 4K or less. Return to your hand. Yeah, this is really good. This is your new color trigger. You play 4 of her. I have barely read the ALO cards. I can already tell you right now, that's an instant 4 of. She's a potential 3 cost on a 4K. And if you pay an AP, you can bounce a 4K or less. Yeah, that's pretty fucking good if you ask me. Granted, you are paying 2 AP for that. But bouncing in this game is relatively good, because if your opponent doesn't have restands, they're having to pay AP just to get the card back on the field, especially if it's a raid. If it's a raid, it's even more heinous, because then, unless they have the base for it, they have to spend potentially 2 AP just to get that card back on the field. But also, again, the bouncing has the downside. It's a double-edged sword, essentially, in some ways. Because some raids are really fucking strong. So, there are situations in which you just wouldn't want to bounce anything. But, you know, most of the time it's still pretty good. Like, against all these SAO decks, it's probably relatively good. Except for Goddess. Like, if you're going to bounce something, you probably just... Actually, you know, you might just bounce the Leafa still, actually. Yeah, the Leafa has another raid base. It's it's like a 1 cost or whatever. I can't remember. But, yeah, you can raid over it again. You can raid over the new Leafa. It's just, if you're going to bounce something, it depends on their life, actually. It actually completely depends on their life. And also their field. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Maybe it's actually pretty good against this set, specifically. But that's what I mean. Like, all the colors got pretty good support. Like, even Yuki, ALO, they got really good support, all things considered. So, that's actually nice to see. Also, I think I've pulled, like, all the SRs I needed. I haven't even gone through half the fucking case yet. This is so sad. This is also... let me think about this. So, Nikkei Precious Booster is currently being revealed still. That's the only other... Well, it's not Volume 2, technically, but... I think it's the only Volume 2 in which I'm going to invest a case in. I think investing in Volume 2s is just too shitty. You pull too much of the same color, and then you don't pull sometimes enough of the other stuff. But also, it's like, well, unless it's all really good, getting a case of it's kind of bad. But the only other Volume 2 I can remember off the top of my head right now is Slime. But Slime is a weird case. So, it has the problem of coming in really late, right? We've been wanting Slime for a while, at least I have, and it's coming in really late. However, the way they're releasing Slime based on the art is that they're releasing it as a Volume 1 plus 2. Because Volume 1 would have been pretty good a year ago. However, we are past that. If it was just Volume 1, the set would be dead on arrival in terms of meta. It would have zero impact on the meta. You get people who like the Slime IP, but that's about it. Because it's not good. It needs the Volume 2 support. And so, it's releasing as a double volume release. It's not officially confirmed, but based on the arts, they use arts from Volume 2 cards to promote it. So, yes, it will probably be a double release. The problem with double releases, though, so in terms of SRs, there's 20 of them. 20 fucking SRs you're trying to pull in a case. You're also trying to pull all the other SRs, all the other rares, all the other commons. Commons and commons won't be an issue, but the rares... Oh, actually, it'll be worse, too, because the finals. The finals, you're going to need that. And Slime, I don't think ever got a structure deck, and we're not getting one here. So, the awkward thing is if you're trying to build it, good luck. Good luck. Because you get a case, you get a bunch of random finals. Oh, it's going to be so rough getting those. Those finals are actually going to be really annoying to get. Because you have a huger pool of commons and uncommons. Unless they decide not to print cards or something, but I can't imagine why they wouldn't. Unless the card's, like, terrible, but that's not necessarily for them to decide, actually. So, realistically, they print all the normal cards in the sets from JP. And then we just kind of have to suffer for that. And that one, a case is theoretically good, but in terms of meta impact, only the blue Rimuru SAO deck is, like, meta. Technically. It's, like, right now in JP, it's, like, tier 1.5, tier 2. But it was tier 1 for the longest while, actually. So, that's, like, the only deck that's relatively meta. Everything else is still pretty weak in power. So, like, purple is, like, okay. It's a fun build that I want to build. But in terms of meta, it's not as good. Yellow is unplayable garbage. Green is just high gen deck, really. And then, it's purple. I think the new color is purple, actually, for Volume 2. So, it's, like, purple, new color. Yellow is unplayable trash. There's, like, green. And then there's blue. So, yeah, whatever. But, yes, this is an issue that we are facing now. Because, there's one other set we surprisingly have yet to get. And that's My Hero Academia. And that one's really surprising because, that IP is relatively popular. It's not as popular as it once was, mind you. But it's still a really popular set. So the fact we haven't gotten My Hero is really awkward because that's another set that also has to release as a volume 1 and 2 in order to catch up. And just like Slime, there's only one deck that's relatively meta, kind of. Although it's the yellow One For All deck. But that's also kind of outdated at this point. Which is the problem, right? If you're going to import these sets, when are you importing them? They need to get a little better with these imports because right now, it's kind of rough. Bringing in Slime now is like technically fine. They have to introduce My Hero at some point this year. Otherwise, it'll just be way out of meta. Like, too out of meta. Unless they do what they did with Hunter and add new cards. Along with that, what's the other set? Oh, AOT, Attack on Titan. We need a Volume 2 for that. Because Volume 1 is just unplayable dog shit. Also, this is the first Asuna I've seen. Holy fucking shit. This is only the first one. Yeah, this is... God, whatever. Also, I didn't even count the amount of SRs I got from the other one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's... Okay, yeah. They went back to the ratios. They went back to the ratios for some reason. So, it's 5 to 6 SRs a box. I am baffled. I don't know why they did that for this, but... really fucking stupid, I guess. I don't know. That really sucks that they went back to that. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, AOT. What I was talking about. So the new color is not good. Right? Yellow fucking sucks. It's a niche gimmick. It's really bad. It's too slow. But, the problem with this is that it's out of date at this point. In fact, we should have gotten Volume 2 back when we got Volume 1, in my opinion. Would it have sucked to get a case? Sure. But the problem is at that time, Code Geass had just gotten their release. So then, for Volume 2. So then Lancelot was just one of the best decks. And then AOT cannot keep up competitively. Because, like, one of the technically better decks, Red AOT, for Volume 1 at least. It plays similar to Ashford Academy. And Ashford Academy is super niche at this point. Also, nice ult here, Asuna. When this character moves outside of your moving phase, it gains when attacking draw. Okay, so pretty good card. But yeah, the set was still relatively neat. It was popular, mind you, but it's just in terms of playabilities, it was really bad, right? I think that's one of the biggest issues is that if a set's unplayable, people who like it will still get it, but they will just stop coming to locals because why would I play a game where my favorite IP is dog shit? That doesn't make me feel good as a player. So, yeah. Okay, so we are 42 minutes in, and I haven't even gone through half the fucking case yet. I'm gonna have to speed things up and all that good shit. Okay, admin, Yuna, Asuna. Also, this is the first time I've actually opened even half a case of a Volume 2. With all other previous Volume 2s, Bleach, JJK, Hunter I never opened any of, by the way. And then Bleach, I never opened a single box. I only got singles for upgrades. And then JJK, I think like I bought like one box. And that's it. I never bought like half a case worth for Volume 2s because it's even so bad. So me buying I really should have just bought half a case, man. The problem with buying half a case though, and this is something I've mentioned in my previous videos in the past, is that if you buy half a case, because they clearly haven't changed ratios because Bandai's fucking retarded. They have 1 2-star case and 1 foil AP. Personally, I don't give a fuck about foil APs. But the issue is the 2 stars. You get 1 fucking 2-star, and this set has 10 of them. So I'm like, man, where's my value going if I get like half a case and I don't pull the 2-star? Because I like Yuki, but man, I do not give a shit about that 2-star. So I'm just going to sell it as soon as I can. But right now, it's like, fuck, I just bought a full case for like, what, $60 a box? So, like, holy shit, I already know I was going to neg. That's not, like, the biggest issue necessarily. It sucks, but that's how it is with card games. It's just, no additional 2-star just makes it always feel super bad. And I always encourage people to fill out the surveys. Because clearly they listen to the surveys. So people should be doing those surveys more often. And one of my biggest complaints is the last question is always a whole thing. It's like, comment anything else that you might have feedback for. And I go, okay, bet. And I have a whole laundry list of stuff that I do in bullet points. But I always point out the hit rates is one of the biggest issues. Because, granted, not everyone is going to buy a case worth, right? And that's fine. But I think the casual players who know about the hit rates, why would they buy boxes unless they want to gamble? People will still gamble, of course, especially for their favorite IPs. But, like, Why am I spending all this money on a fucking box when I can just get singles for the same price? Man, I can build a whole deck for the price of like a box, if not less. That's cool. But like, 1 2-star case, it's like once someone hits it, I always say this in every video, because fuck, it's just true. This is also the first fucking Kirito I've seen, man. What the fuck? Yeah, this is for the Kirito Alice Yu-Gi-Oh build. Can't be blocked with 2k less, so it has a Gwain effect. And then on play, it draws 2 sidelines 1, but then if you have Alice and Yu-Gi-Oh on your front line, you can just draw 2 instead. So it's a raid for your Kirito base. I think there's a 0 cost here. I don't know, I've been getting it, but anyways, what was I saying? Fuck, that's what I thought. All right, it just feels super bad because like when you pull the 2-star locally, people kind of stop buying boxes. That's why I know this. Once it's known, at least. If it's not known, people will keep gambling. But hey, once it's known, people stop buying boxes completely, and that is the worst. That is the worst. Is that people stop buying boxes and then they sit on shelves locally until some random casual schmuck walks by and then buys the box. And that feels really fucking bad. I don't know why they can't change the hit rates, especially since the sets we're getting more and more 2-stars. It used to be like 6 2-stars a set. Then they kind of fluctuate to 6 and 8. Nikkei had fucking 12 of them, but we already knew that going into it. SAO has fucking 10 of them. I'm like, you gotta change this easily before release. You could easily make it fucking 2. Do a case. To compare, people always talk about Yu-Gi-Oh being expensive, but hey, at least in the case of Yu-Gi-Oh, typically you'll pull a playset of every card. But then on top of that, right, not only do you pull a playset of every card, you also, hold on, sorry, let me do all this really quick. God, I have so many fucking boxes. Not only will you get a playset of basically every secret rare and ultra rare and stuff for the most part, you have 3 chases to pull. Not in terms of rarities. It's just the highest chase rare, which is Starlight Rare currently. You pull 3 of them per case. And the ratios is usually 1 is pretty good, 1 is okay, and 1 is bad. I don't know. I don't make the rules. That's just how it is. But in terms of pulls, like, that feels better. Because, like, even though you will still potentially neg, especially since now, because Yu-Gi-Oh's prices are a lot cheaper, it's like, first unit, thank God. It's just, it feels better when you can open a case of Yu-Gi-Oh! And still open, like, 3 Starlight Rares. Which is the equivalent of, like, basically, I guess, a 2-star or whatever. It's just that this game already has the, what do you call it? They already have the 3-star. That's it. They have the 3-star already. So, like, that's already a chase. You can make that 1 every master case. That's fine. But 2-stars should be more easy to pull. Because then what happens is that once the 2-stars pull, people start buying boxes. Yeah, there could be a 3-star in there, but why the fuck are you gambling on that? It's 1 per master case, which is like 1 every 4 cases. Who the fuck is going to pay that amount for that? Fucking stupid. Also, again, let me count the SRs. There are 6 there. Okay. Oh, God, it just feels so bad. And the thing is, I know they're not going to change this going forward because Bandai's so fucking dog shit with this. And it just makes it feel so bad, too. It's like, oh my God, I'm actually blowing my brains out. Another Asuna. Fuck, dude, I didn't want that. I don't even remember all the fucking 1-star ults in this set. But yeah, that just feels bad. I don't know. Especially locally. Like, some places are a lot more popular in UA than others. My locals, personally, relatively popular, right? We have like basically the same player base showing up weekly, which is really nice. But holy fucking shit, does it feel dog shit when you open a box and then it's just like nothing there, or you get a 1 alt, or hey, someone else pulled a 2-star. Someone else pulled a 2-star at my shop, and you know what? For Nikkei specifically, I remember walking in, this father and son, I think I talked about this before. They pulled this 2-star, and you know what I did? I said, no thanks, I'm not going to buy any boxes, right? Granted, I was already going to get like 3 cases worth. But I would have been tempted to pull boxes there. But no, once the 2-stars pulled, nope, I'm out. I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm not buying any more of this fucking garbage. Because why would I? The chase has already been pulled. Who cares? Holy fucking penis in my mouth. That's a good one. That's a nice alt. Nice. Pull the unit alt. That is, second alt art. So the rest of the boxes, that just feels bad too. You pull the 2 alts. I mean, it feels good to get 2 alts, mind you. I love it. I think it's great. But it just makes it feel worse when you pull 1 alt. Although I guess if you're like at my locals and stuff, what? You like some people who just get no alts, which is a possibility, and that fucking feels bad. You already can have a chance of pulling just one, but pull 0? Oh my god. Just kill yourself at that point. Okay. I said I was going to hurry up, and I actually don't know if I even hurried up or not. I'm at 50 minutes. Oh my god. This is going to take forever. I also have to do a new video because a new Nika card just released. It's one card, but it is a new Nika card regardless. I haven't been slacking. It's just they released the information for it at night at like 7 p.m. and like I was already asleep by then, so I did not see that notification. And I saw it this morning, but I was at work, so I was like, all right, fuck it. Then I came back from work and I was like, I'll record this video, and I went to fucking sleep. I took a nap after work. I'm on that graveyard shift, baby, so you know I'm just tired as fuck. It is what it is. All right, Lisbeth, Sinon. Sinon's funny. GGO is really good though. GGO gets like new support. It gives you consistent ways to get impact. It's a really good raid. You have a Kyoto that can reduce the cost of all your raids by 1. It's just a really good card. It's just the problem is GGO is good, but it still kind of has to high roll because it's a high gen deck. And then Ava on a high roll against GGO. Yeah, no offense, but Ava's winning that 100% of the time. Sorry, man. They put those Ava 7-cost red bodies, and I go, fuck, I'm killing myself. He's about to take 6 life from me, and I have nothing to defend myself with. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, GGO's still good. The thing is, you will see people play SAO is the thing. This upcoming championships, it's going to be mostly Ava, in my opinion. You will see people still play the decks they want to play, but in my opinion, you're going to see a lot of Ava. Majority Ava. It'll be just like LA. You'll see a lot more Kenshin. But you can see a majority of Ava. You're going to see some SAO. And you're still going to see a lot of Kenshin. Because turns out, red Kenshin, still really fucking good. And also, it turns out push Kenshin is really good. Also, purple Saito, still relatively good. But yeah, it's just, you will see a lot less of the other decks. Anything that's not these several decks. If you're wanting to win, you're just going to play Ava. I said I play Song, but that's because I have the most practice on it. So I have, like, the sequencing down on it. But if you really want the best shot at winning, again, because I've been to regionals before for other TCGs, so I'm used to it by now. And because it's in Vegas, I'm there to, like, win. But if I don't win, fuck it. I have other things to do in Vegas. Unlike if it was in, like, bumfuck, like, Norfolk, Virginia, or wherever the fuck. But, also it's a BCF, so it makes sense. But, I still play the decks that I like playing. Like for Dallas BCF, I played Red Kenshin. And I'm sorry. Wrong deck. I played not fucking I played Red AOT. I played 104 Aaron, right? The 104 Rush. And while I lost and got shit on because fucking Lancelot exists, I still had a good time. It's still really good. I'm also going to move these commons now. I don't have boxes for them yet, but they're starting to pile up, and it's not good. Okay. But yeah, for like BCF, for Dallas last year, I played a Red Kenshin. And I keep saying Red Kenshin. Holy fuck. I played Attack on Titan 104 Rush. Okay. I played that, and then like I had a great time with it still. It's still a fun deck. I still liked it. But again, that's the way I'm treating UA regionals at least. The pricing is really fucking top notch if you place high. But at the same time, it's like I want to play decks that I want to play and I feel comfortable with. At the same time, it's like if you're playing 8 to 10 rounds, you should play a deck that you're willing to play for that many rounds. Ava, really good. Personally, I don't care about the IP. But from a competitive standpoint, it's really good. But the sequencing is a lot harder. Meanwhile, Song, while also requiring a lot of sequencing to do things well, it doesn't require as much as Ava does. Because Ava's is really easy to fuck up, and I know people are going to mess that up. Especially when you get into the later rounds, and then you have a lot of people just making sequencing errors that are going to fuck up their end boards. Yeah, it's 5 to 6 SRs. It fucking sucks. Okay. Also, why am I doing like this? Hold on. Sorry. Let me organize all my SRs on the side really quick. I was doing it like the sideways and then like whatever, vertical, blah, blah, blah. But now that we know it's 5 to 6 SRs a box, we don't really have to calculate anymore. But yeah, I'm choosing Song just because I know the deck super well. I played the Ava decks before. I like them, but it's just it's a sequencing thing. It's an annoying... Oh, nice, Mito. It's a little more of a complex deck. It's not that I can't play it. It's just I don't want to play that for 8 to 10 rounds. By the way, this is also like... I'm doing LCQs. I didn't get my top cut. So I have to do LCQs. And then if I get past LCQs, I have to do day 1. And if I get to day 1, then I have to go day 2. Best of 3. And best of 3 is interesting because we've had best of 1 up until now. So I'm like, do I really want to deal with that for fucking... What the fuck? Like, what is it? Like, 20 rounds? It's probably going to be like 8 to 10 rounds day 1. Sorry, 8 to 10 rounds for LCQs. And then 8 to 10 rounds for day 1. And then like 4 rounds plus top cut for day 2 or whatever. No, I don't want to deal with that. I've done that before for Yu-Gi-Oh! Where I played like top meta decks that require a lot more thinking. And it's actually annoying because like the later rounds go on, the more tired you are. And then I'm just like, I'm making mistakes that I normally wouldn't. So knowing how I am with tournaments especially, and knowing how this game is with the effects and especially with the April decks and what they can do, I'm just choosing a deck that's a little easier to play. And it's still a good choice for the regionals. Otherwise, now I could also just play Toshi Ken. Toshi Ken's like the most brain. It's gonna be one of the decks you'll see because the new binder collection cards makes Toshi Ken really strong. Control boards and then aggro play is like their strong suit, and the control board with the Toshi Freeze is super fucking powerful. However, I don't want to get the cards. That's the other thing. Price. It's like it's a good top deck. I thought about it, but I haven't practiced that much, and also I don't want to get all the cards because it's like a $300 fucking deck or some stupid shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna pay that for a fucking UA deck. Who gives a shit? Also, like Toshi Ken, still good, right? It's still relatively good, but it's gonna be outclassed very, very soon. Again, the new power creep is decks that can output bodies super fast, which is what all the Ava decks do. Kagurabachi is gonna be doing that. Tokyo Ghoul is going to do that. All these new decks are going to be doing all these things. And then decks like Toshi Ken, still relatively decent, right? It's like anti-meta counter pick, kind of. They just kind of fall by the wayside because of the power creep levels. So, yeah, I'm not going to invest in a deck that will have some level long. Oh, yeah, and then we have solo leveling. We don't even know what the fucking cards in solo leveling do, but they're probably going to be broken as shit. So, like, who cares? I'm not going to put the money into Toshi Ken. I'm still pissed about that too, by the way. Toshi Ken having gotten their not Toshi, the binder. I'm more pissed at that because I think that's a really fucking stupid way to release cards. They only release them through binders and then like never reprint them again. Are you shitting my dick? Why would you ever do that? You alienate new players who want to maybe play those decks. It's even worse, by the way, because they announced officially the Bleach Volume 1 and holy shit. Or, did I say Volume 1? I said, sorry. I'm just talking so fast. The Bleach Volume 3. They announced that. And I'm like, holy fuck. You have several issues. First of all, the binder collections. Are you going to reprint them or what? Because new players cannot get into Volume 3s depending on how they release the stuff. Because, 1, the Bleach binder collections are only released through just those cards. 2, a lot of finals don't have reprints. Right? The way you reprint the finals like through like some alternate art. So again, it's still far off for us because JP announced it, not EN. Maybe we see it later this year, maybe we don't, I don't know. But if they don't reprint finals or even specials, it's really fucking bad for their game because you don't attract the new players because then they have to go back and get older cards, and that's kind of a hassle, especially for a game like this, which advertises itself as a casual card game. Yeah, I think a lot of new players are not going to put the time and effort to get those old cards again. Holy shit, this Arsenal looks really good. What the fuck? Hold on. Oh my god. I really need to change my venue for fucking opening cards. I have a better desk to do, but... Ooh, what is this? Yeah, use a song. Damn, that looks good. Fuck. I was gonna sell all my alts, but I can't do it for purple. I'll do it for the other decks. I might just bling out purple. It feels bad. I'm still blinging out Nikkei, by the way. All the 1-stars are basically done. I just have to do the 2-stars now. And holy fuck my dick, dude. The 2-stars are cheaper now, which is nice. But fuck, having to do all this is making me get cancer. So, okay, we're going to put these away. These are purple rares. Okay. We're going to put these up like this. Okay, cool. we kind of organized it again. A lot of my time is in this video is just fucking organizing goddamn cards. Holy shit, I hit the camera. I'm killing myself. Okay, we are now halfway through. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I might just split this into 2 parts now that I think about it. I'm only 8 boxes deep. There's so many fucking cards, and I'm clearly unprepared for this garbage. Or maybe I just have this a long as video. Actually, fuck it. Maybe I just have it as a long video. Everything's also off camera too. It's really awkward. It's just getting everything in frame is really annoying. My camera's also in a weird position too. Yeah, Zero Cost Kirito for ALO. Who fucking cares? Let me adjust this actually. Hold on. Sorry. I'm doing this now. Fuck. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I needed to focus on the whole thing, and I think I actually clicked it where it was auto-focusing on a single point, and yeah, that kind of fucked up the entire thing. Okay, yeah, fucking cool. All right. Hold on, I'm gonna take a drink. I'm fucking thirsty. Man, I love frozen Coke. Frozen Coke so good. Okay. Nice alts. This is for the ALO build. But can I get to focus maybe? I might have to click it again. Yeah, look at top 2. Yeah, it just activates and then places back on top the ALO cards, so pretty good. Cool. It didn't also mess up the video when I clicked that. Yeah. Not bad. Obviously the losers of the support is gonna be yellow, not yellow goddess, Integrity Knights. The Alice Kirito Yu-Gi-Oh build is just okay. And then ALO gets pretty decent cards, but it's kind of the loser of this. Both green ALO and blue ALO. Kirito Asuna didn't get as much support either, just because they were already like one of the best decks from the set itself for Volume 1. So it makes sense. They didn't really get that much support. But also it doesn't matter. New color is just a lot better. And then Goddess got the upgrades. The winners are really GGO and then Goddess, right? In terms of support. But yeah, at least going forward, we do know the Volume 2s for the most part will have pretty competent decks. Obviously, stuff like AOT was weird because they made it not good for some reason. Super slow. It's a niche build for like the Titans of the past, but in general, going forward, Volume 2s are going to be really good for support. Like, the slime stuff, that Timer Reincarnates as Slime, the Volume 2s are really good. It's so good, in fact, that it's basically what makes or breaks the decks and makes them actually playable. So, yeah. But going forward, the more Volume 2s we get, other than the few niche ones that we're missing, it should be relatively good, all things considered. Even the Nikkei stuff, I talked about in my videos. The supports are really good. It's just in terms of meta gameplay, they're fucking garbage because they don't make them any better into meta. But in terms of supports, they're all like really good. So, and that's all you can really hope for. You just hope that your deck gets good support. As sad as that might be. Even if it's still unplayable dog shit into like the harsh meta that we're about to face for the rest of this year. Hey, if you get good support for your deck, that's still pretty cool. Mito, Argo. Crystal Ingot. That Ingot card's also really interesting. It plays with the worm that I pulled already, but it's not its own build, obviously. It's just an interesting card that they printed for the sets. It's kind of sad, though. I wish there was a Volume 3 of this set. There is another arc after the Alicization arc, technically. It's just they never animated it. But also, it's kind of weird. It takes place in, like, space or something, or some future thing. I don't know. It's been a long time since I watched it. But it's just the fact that this won't get a Volume 2 does kind of suck. Or Volume 3. Sorry, Volume 3. I am just all over with my words. Also, what time is it? 4? Fuck! It is 4 o'clock. Holy shit. I gotta make dinner soon. After I open all this garbage. Klein. Yeah, I'm just hitting the top of this table. You know what? Okay, I need to actually figure this out. The next time I open cases is going to be solo leveling because I'm skipping Kagurabachi completely. But when I do solo leveling, I'll probably actually change where I film this. I have another room I could film. It's just, I'm just super lazy. I should really do it. It's also kind of awkward because the other room I have to film this in, the table is not on the same level as this. So I can't really sit necessarily in a comfortable position and open packs. I have to kind of sit on the floor because the table's like low level. It's like low to the ground. It's almost like a kotatsu. So yeah, Filming in there is going to be kind of a pain in the ass if I do that. But maybe I should just do the change to make it easier in terms of showing polls and stuff. Because right now, like, my phone is on a mount. It's on an arm right now. But it's just the arm stretches in a weird way to keep this stable. And so, basically, I will constantly hit the arm. Or if I'm adjusting it, like, you might see part of the arm in, like, footage. It's really annoying, but it's just kind of how I have the setup going right now. It's just, I have to adjust this. Also, oh, man, all this bulk. Do I even have the space to put this in? I don't fucking know. Fuck, I haven't even thrown away any boxes. Oh, man. Okay. All the purple. Who cares? You know, on. My regret was talking about these cards at the beginning of the video. I shouldn't have talked about it, man. I should have just focused on opening the goddamn packs. Now we're an hour and fucking 5 minutes into this goddamn video of me opening this shit. I didn't pull the worst... Oh, actually, maybe I did. Now that I think about it, I probably did pull the worst SR, actually. If I really think about it, I think I actually did pull the worst SR. Right, hold on. Okay, I have to also do all this. Aha, yeah, half my boxes are taken up by fucking purple cards, because that's all it is. Yeah, I kind of knocked out the video with the 2-star being like the first 5 goddamn minutes of this video or whatever, which fucking sucks. The thing is I don't think it's the worst 2-star actually in the set. I think the worst 2-stars maybe Argo, right? No, I pulled Yuki, which is still pretty bad, right? Look, she's cool. The arc is not, like, the worst, right? But it's just, in terms of characters, yeah, it's definitely, like, one of the, not the most popular ones. Of, like, the 10 or whatever that exists in this set, yeah, she's easily, like, the top, bottom 4. But, I think Argo might be worse. Because Argo might be kind of popular. But, from Progressive, the more popular ones are Asuna and, what do you call it? Mito. And even then, Asuna has one, but Asuna's is for Goddess. It's not for Progressive, I think. I have to double check, actually, online, but... Or maybe there is. No, there is. There is. The Asuna 4-cost raid. Yeah. She has a 2-star also. So, Asuna has two 2-stars. One for yellow, and then one for purple. So, yeah, those are obviously, like, the chases. Well, Mito maybe not as much. Here's the thing. If you didn't watch the movies, you wouldn't know who Mito is, other than she's a waifu. You also wouldn't know who Yuna is either, which is funny. So, yeah. Maybe those ones are still popular, but it's not as popular as, like, the Asuna and, like, the Kirito. Easily, Asunas are going to be really expensive. I already know that. This is also a 2-set. A 2-3-star set. It's a Kirito again and then Asuna. Oh, my God. All these cards are falling. Hold on a second. I'm going to have to adjust all this stupid shit. Oh, my fucking God. I'm killing myself. Oh, my God. It's all over the place. Just falling everywhere. Fucking God damn it. Yeah, it's a problem with this old-ass table, too. I've had this table for a very, very long time now. It's, God, it's probably been back since I was a kid, too. It's like my parents' old computer desk, and I just haven't been using it since because I'm too lazy to get a new one, but I really should get a new one. I really should. Hey, anyways, rest of the cards, purple, all that stuff. Cool. Nothing there. I really should just start throwing cards away, but I'm too lazy. Once I build all these decks, I'll probably start throwing away all this bulk. Like I said, the problem is that there's no volume 3s incoming, and there never will be, in my opinion. At most, we'll get a binder set, but that doesn't mean that these will be worth anything. Alice, God damn it. Why did I have to pull her? Fuck. Also, last box is a 1 alts. Fuck, I hate these 1 alts. Yeah, God, I was going to talk about this too. So SAO has obviously seen buyouts, right? Because, when the volume 2 is impending, the thing that people were looking at is that the volume 1 stuff would be really good. Also, second alt-art. Kirito Yujiro. Wow, look, it's just 2 cool dudes. It's just 2 cool dudes. Nice. Anyways, people were looking at alts for decks, and then they've been bought out. Even the base SRs have been kind of bought out, especially for GGO. Sinons were like one of the first cards ever for SAO to be bought out, basically, because we knew a Volume 2 was going to be eventually coming. When we got it in EN, they already had it in JP, I think, and so people were buying out the GGOs already. Because, again, it was slated to be one of the top decks by its release. What we didn't know was that it's going to be a dual release with Ava. And so the problem is, if Ava wasn't released at the same time, in my opinion, the best decks would be SAO. It would be GGO or Song or even Progressive. or even Toshi Ken has a bit. And then obviously Kenshin exists too. But because Ava exists, it kind of throws a lot of these decks out the window. Not the window necessarily. It lowers their rankings a lot more because a lot of these decks become a lot less viable in the face of like new JP sets. Like Ava's the first real set we're getting where we're seeing this level of power creep spike to high levels we haven't seen before. Like we thought Red Kenshin was bad, but then turns out Red Kenshin, you could kind of counterplay it and it kind of works sometimes unless they high roll you. But like, no, these new decks are like, man, if they high roll you, you have no fucking defense. They take too much life. They have protection. They shit out bodies. Oh, yeah, let's look at, was it purple? Damn, this thing on sideline looks at top 5, grabs up to 2 cards with a 5 cost or less, or 5 cost or more. Holy shit. Oh, man, he's generating all the energy in the back. Damn, he's about to kill you next turn, that's for sure. Yeah, I know, that's the problem with these newer decks. And so it's like, JP is obviously a little more situated just because their level of power creep is like already matched. So it's like they have Kamen Rider, they have Tokyo Ghoul already, they have Kagurabachi. So their meta is like pretty safe in terms of like top decks. Ours is not. The problem with Ian is that we were going pretty slow. And then this year, it just went completely to shit. Demon Slayer got really good support in my opinion. Some of the better supports actually for Volume 2. Not all the decks got great support, but hey, Tanjiro and Nezuko, a lot better. Muzan, a lot more viable. Guess what? People will play them, but they're going to be doing shit. No, it doesn't match. It doesn't match. It's a problem. They don't match well into these newer decks, right? Yeah, you can free play bodies kind of. But like, for example, the Tanjiro yellow card that like free plays a Nezuko, that's 2 costs or less. He's a non-trigger. So you're not going to play him at all, right? And even then, like, you have a good Tanjiro that protects your Nezuko, which is what the deck needed. It needed a way to protect its Nezuko. Like, they get good support, but, like, the problem is, like, oh, man, the very next month, just go. No one cares. No one cares about Demon Slayer anymore. Because even though they got the good upgrades, they don't really matter in the face of these newer decks. And so that's the thing you're going to see. That's actually an issue that I have, is that this game is touted as a casual game. But with the level of power creep that we're getting, the casual side kind of loses its meanings. Because, yeah, you can still play any deck you want, but you're not going to do well with decks that aren't the newest sets, basically. Some older sets, obviously, like Kenshin, I guess even Roy Mustang to an extent, like, they'll still do kind of fine. But Roy Mustang, definitely, decks like that definitely fall off. Because, hey, I just killed your Roy Mustang. Good luck. You have nothing. You just lost your removal. Good game. But, yeah, I mean, that's my problem. Is that, like, the casual side of it is kind of dropping. It's to a point now where basically we are losing that casualness to the game. It's going to be a little more competitive, which is good and bad, but it's just... It just sucks. Like, for example, I really, really like Nikkei, right? Obviously, my favorite set. And I've said this in my videos, too, that I knew it was going to do shit because it was one of the earliest sets in JP. It introduced mechanics that we already have in the game, but do it better. It was going to fall off anyways. It was never going to be that impactful. But my thing was hoping, oh, man, maybe we like kind of decent. No, it's not. It's fucking terrible. But then, like, you can't play it casually either unless your whole locals is casual. Like, I tried playing my casual in my locals, and it's, like, Roy Mustangs. It's Toshi Ken. It's Kaiju number 8, it's like, damn, I cannot match that power. And so I can't play my fun casual decks anymore. And again, most locals typically, unless you're playing for fun, obviously, but like most locals, like you're paying money to pay in. And if I'm paying money for locals, I can't exactly be playing shit decks because like, what the fuck? I'm wasting money for no reason then. So again, at the end, no one's stopping you from playing bad decks, obviously, but it's just, it feels bad when you have to kind of play better decks to make use of your money, and the casual decks just kind of fall by the wayside. Even Kaiju number 8, as decent as good as it is, it's already basically power crept. Reno Kikuru, I think a lot of people talk about how that's like not really a sleeper. It's one of the top decks. Yeah, I kind of agree. It is a good deck, but yeah, no, the Ava decks kind of just do the same thing, but potentially a little faster. Reno Kikuru has to aggro super fast and roll into it, which means you have to see your Reno raids, you have to see your Kafkas, etc. Yeah, but like these newer decks, no, they just say fuck it, who cares? You do that, I will do the same thing but better. Why? Because their body's also just bigger too. Damn, on the craft back, you're saying my cards are only 3500s? That fucking sucks. Granted, if they are 4Ks, it would be the same case, but that extra 500 actually does unironically matter sometimes, especially on the defense. Like, it just feels worse because, like, into Ava decks, it's like, fuck, they rated their fucking 5-cost raid or whatever, or their, like, 7-cost raids. Like, I can't attack through because they're 5Ks. It's not just that, it's also just the amount of bodies that they can output so easily. And a lot of raids now, it's not like older sets where, like, some of the raids, especially the more specifically, the rarities of raids, they would be like get triggers instead of raid triggers. Yeah, everything nowadays, every raids, they just all have raid triggers. They're also mostly exclusive to like SRs at this point, but still, it's like they're all raid triggers. Fuck, it really just feel bad. I don't know. Hold on, someone DM me. I'm kind of just saying shit at this point because it's not that I'm tired. I took a nap already. I'm like fine. It's just I've been opening for so long. It feels like forever. It's almost an hour and a half, and I've only just gotten through half the fucking case. It's also organizing all these goddamn cards. What the fuck's a Oh, I remember that. I was like, what's a Tonki? I was looking at that for oh my god. It really has been a while since I've seen SAO. I remember SAO, at least a lot of the parts, but my god, it's been a long time since I actually really remembered, I guess, or really watched or even read it. Ah, fuck. Worm. Worming it up. Sin on. Ew. Okay. Oh, we still don't have Austin on the 90. I just realized that. We don't have Austin on the 90. SMH. They would have sold a lot. They would have sold a lot. That's all I'm saying. Because people like waifus and blah, 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 blah. Anyways. Leaf up. Perfect weapon. Look at all these purple cards in a row. Makes it convenient. Wow, I really have a shit ton of SRs. I can't believe I bought a case. What the fuck is wrong with me? Fuck. What are they talking about in the Discord? Oh, they're talking about song or some shit. Okay. I would interject and apply my own opinions, but it do be what it do be. Woo! All right, another Una alt. This is for the 2-cost too. Damn. I'm not going to press my thing. Good alt, though. Oh, yeah, that was also a one-hit box. Actually, I need to count my alts, too. Oh, my God. I haven't hit the foil AP. So, if I had bought half a case, I actually would have been done already. And I would have seen more of the 1 alts than the 2 alts, actually. Which kind of sucks, but I pulled the 2-star at least. I really should have just bought half a case. I don't know. The thing is, through my connection, they told me 19 boxes of Ava, so a case and 3 boxes of Ava. Oh, sorry. They told me that many boxes of SAO and then 25 boxes of Ava. And I wasn't going to open Ava at all. So I went, yeah, fuck it, who cares? I'll just get half a case. And then I get there and he's like, oh, it's actually the opposite. It's actually, oh my god, fuck my dick into a million pieces. It's actually 25 boxes of SAO and then 19 boxes of Ava. And the other person who's already going to get Ava, they already got their case. So there's only 3 boxes of Ava left. And so I went, well, fuck, I guess I might as well get a case, right? But now that I look at this, I'm like, fuck, maybe I should have gotten the case. I didn't pull the best 2-star SR. The other boxes they have left are just kind of loose boxes at this point. But, oh, fuck me. I'm just spending way too much. I should really be saving up, too, because... Not that I can't, like, afford it, but, man, if only I had more spending money just to put towards Vegas, too, because, you know, gambling and all that shit. Because, you know, if I scrub out the regionals, what the fuck else am I going to do? I guess it's a 3v3, which I think I did kind of plan on doing, but, oh my god, let's put all the yellow cards in here, get this fucking shit out of my face. Alright. Holy Christ! We're kind of almost done. Oh, man. This is so sloppy. Sloppy. Okay, I'm gonna have to move these purple cards, actually. Hold on. Alright, we'll organize. Yeah, really, half this video is just me organizing and shifting these. God damn it. Right. I don't even count the boxes out there. Yeah, maybe I just make this one video. Fuck it. It'll just be a whole 2-hour video you have to watch. You know what's really sad, too? That's the problem. I pulled the 2-star so fucking early. So I'm like, oh, well, the rest of the video is just bullshit then, right? I pulled it in the first 5 fucking minutes or whatever. What the fuck? What's the point? It's fine. It's fine, I guess. Yeah, that was also a one-hit box. It is what it is. Which is fucking dog shit. I just don't... Maybe someone watching this or listening to this can actually explain to me in the comments. Can explain this. So business-wise, if you make your hit rates 1 to 2 alts, you are thinking people will gamble on boxes to try and get the 2 alts per box, right? But if people realize that's the next chase, or the real chase card, the 2 stars really, because it's 1 per case, and then 3 stars don't really matter. If you have 1 of the chase cards per case and someone pulls it, what incentivizes someone to keep buying boxes? I really want to ask who made this decision. Because in my head, logically, that makes no sense. If I'm an executive for Bandai, right? For the card game division, and I go, stores are kind of dropping UA. The feedback we've been getting have been talking about hit rates. How do we change that? The first thing I'm thinking is, as a player, as a casual customer, and as a box opening addict, I'm thinking increase the hit rate. Stop. I did pull Yuki. This is a Yuki case, damn. It is a really nice foil AP. God damn, it really is nice. But, oh, it also says Alfheim Online, nice. But this really is the Yuki case of all time, I guess. Yuki loves me. I guess I'm building her. Which I actually can, actually. I still have the old SRs, too, so I might just build her at this point. Fuck it, who cares? But yeah. As an executive, I would go, sales might be tanking. And so, in my opinion, just based on what I'm seeing, I think they release these sets like Ava and stuff. They're trying to catch up to JP. Not because they're trying to match the meta. Because they realize they need to push the IPs more. They need to push the power levels more. And they need to push the IPs more so that they get more sales. But like, here's the problem, right? What the fuck? Like, if I like Nikkei, right? Like, I know the 2 stars been pulled. I'm not going to open any more Nikkei. Holy hot dick. This is so sad because this... I'm going to focus on this one real quick. So this Argo, you don't play this. It looks great. It's so awesome. But you don't play this fucking card. That is my other alt, by the way. But yeah, you don't play that card. It's really bad. 1, she has to be on the front line. And 2, you have to discard the card to reduce something by 1,000. So it has the reduction mechanics, right, that you just activate. But you have to discard the card to do it. But you don't really want to discard cards in that deck, kind of. It's not really a thing for that deck. So, like, it's kind of weird that that card even exists in the first place. Because why? Oh my god. Also, oh man, I'm really out of it then, clearly. If I'm putting commons like that and this is rares. Okay, go. Anyways, back to my argument. Right, if I'm an executive, I guess they want to accelerate sets instead of changing hit rates. But I'm like, if you change the hit rates, that fixes more than half your issues. People would be more inclined to buy boxes if they know that once a chase is pulled, it's not completely dead. However, the chase being what they are, it makes it feel bad. Because the thing is, you're not pulling just to try and pull 2 alts when you know you have a 50% chance in a fresh case of getting a box with 1 alt. And then, unless you're there to watch people open all the boxes, you will not know necessarily how many boxes have been opened. Unless the store is nice enough to tell you. Right? But like, what the fuck? They're not paying attention. They might not pay attention to that. Also, they might have gotten multiple cases, so it's like, oh, they could mix it up. Blah, blah, blah. But like, what the shit? Like, unless you're there to watch the box open, it's like, holy shit. Like, you don't know if it's been... You also don't know if the 2 stars been taken. Do you take that risk? Again, for the casual players... Sure, they're fucking restarted and they don't know. So they'll buy whatever. Because it's... The thing is, like, unlike... It's weird because, like, for Pokemon, it makes sense. Kids want to buy the pack. But, like, this is not, like... Kids don't really buy into this fucking game. It just looks like a generic character card game IP slop. And we've seen those tons of times, right? So it's like... If you're getting these cards, right? If you're buying packs... But if you know the hit rates, why would you even buy a box to begin with? If you buy packs casually, sure. But if you're buying boxes. Why would you even buy a box in the first place if you don't know whether the chase is pulled or not? That's why if you have more 2-stars per case, you, as even the casual player, if you know the hit rates, can feel a little more comfortable buying boxes. Because guess what? There is a good chance that there are still more 2-stars. But when there's only one per case, it feels really shit. Also, on a side note, I've already pulled all the alts. I pulled the foil and the chase. Blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, the rest of the case is just kind of whatever. It's just pulling for alts at this point, I guess. I guess more SRs, obviously, but... Huey. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't know. In my opinion, my humble opinion, as someone who does open a lot of product and has some knowledge into this, I wonder why they don't change the hit rates. I want to know the inherent reason. In terms of business, why would you do that? The only reason stores are even getting SAO, or not SAO, the only reason stores are getting Union Arena is because distros are forcing them to. So that they can get allocation for One Piece, for, I guess, Digimon, even Dragon Ball, and what the heck is it called? Gundam. And Gundam. That is the only reason a lot of stores are still kind of getting UA. Right? Because UA is definitely like one of, maybe Digimon too. I don't know about Digimon so much, but Dragon Ball has this niche fan base, both Fusion World and the other one. But like, they still get people who buy them. Right? And even Fusion World, hey, they have chases like SRs that are still worth a good amount. This has like no real values except for alts. And most of the alts end up dropping in value anyways. So I'm like, surely they know about this, right? They can't be that stupid. They can't be that blind to it all. So I'm trying to think like, well, like, you know, at some point they have to change this, right? It can't be like this forever. Unless maybe I'm wrong about numbers. I'm only thinking locally. The only other state I would know of is, what was it? Was it LA or... Oh, was it Texas? Oh, yeah, it was Texas. Texas, I remember going to shops. The 2-star was pulled at one of the shops. This is during the time Kenshin had just released, by the way. It wasn't legal for the tournament, but they had boxes for sale because they had pre-release going on that same week. Someone pulled the 2-star, and then all the other players that were there for UA, they left. They didn't attend the pre-release that they were going to. They weren't going to buy boxes like they said they were potentially... No, they knew. Someone pulled the 2-star. It was, what was it? It was Soshi, not Soshi, what the hell's his name? I don't remember his name. I don't know. The other purple card, not Makoto, the other guy. Oh, Sojiro. It was Sojiro Seita. He pulled a 2-star of that. And then people just left. We even left too, by the way. But we knew. It's like, hey, the chase already pulled. Why would we do a pre-release here in California? Right? But then I saw all the people leave, and that just feels bad. And then I saw it kind of in California too. Well, no, not California. Not LA. No. I didn't see it in LA. But I know people had the same sentiment too, because I saw people complaining about it also. They were talking about going to local card shops and then like yeah. But that's the thing, right? Like word of mouth, word goes out fast. A lot of people know the hit rates at this point. Why even bother opening boxes? And then the store has to sit on it, and they have to hope some sucker comes into the shop. It's like, no, that's not how it should be. It also feels shitty, right? Like, as someone who likes supporting local businesses, I shouldn't go into a store, hear that the chase is pulled, and go, never mind, case is dead. What kind of mentality is that? That's fucking terrible. But at the same time, it's like, I cannot justify knowing that the chase is pulled and then buying boxes to support them. Because I'm like, at that point, I'm just spending money to waste money. Because if you're opening boxes specifically, you're already gambling as it is. So you're trying to gamble on getting a chase or 2 alts, I guess. But then once a 2-star is pulled, it's like, who cares? The foil APs do not fucking matter also. That's its own issue. So like, you see all this, you see all these rares I have stacked up, who fucking cares? All of these rares are in their own build. You do not need multiples. You don't really splice a lot of these builds. Purple, you don't splice the builds like almost at all. The only splice is like maybe your 0 cost. If you play like Song, you play the 0 cost Asuna. That's a draw sideline. Or the finals, they're the only things that are generic. But everything else, like, what the fuck am I... Why? What the fuck? Why would I bother? Like, all these rares, like, what are you doing with them? You only need a playset and that's it. You aren't really splicing them. So it's like, they could, in my opinion, as a humble player, I guess, this entire stack of blues can be cut in half. I have a whole stack of purple already in a box. I'm about to have another second stack. Granted, obviously it's new colors, so it makes sense you pull a lot of them. But in my opinion, why the fuck would I bother? Right? Why would they not increase the... You can take away... These are all the rares from a case, by the way, from different boxes. You can take away like 2 of the rare slots in a box. Make them... First of all, make them all 2 alts. Not 1, but don't have the gamble of like, oh, it could be 3 alts, right? Because obviously, like, it's a give and take, and sometimes if you give, then players will want more, right? If you give in, then players want more, whatever that mentality is. But like in this case, just make it 2 alts per box, right? If you have it 2 alts per box, you can increase, because again, to remind you, the alts are 8 boxes have 1 alt, 8 boxes have 2. This is a really good Sinon alt, actually. Damn, this is a pretty good one. Yeah, this is the... Ooh, I can't focus up. I don't really care enough to do it. Yeah, but if you take half of that, right? So half the boxes have 1 alt. If you increase it by 2, so every box has 2 alts. That is 8 more alts you can add to the pool. Which means you can add 1 to 2 more 2 stars. In my opinion, it should be 3. But... if I have to take something, I guess I'll take 2 stars a case. It should be 3 again. Again, it should always be 3, but that's just me, blah, blah, blah. But if it's going to be 8 more alts, you have room to add 1 to 2 more 2 stars, and you have room to add 2 more AP foils. And then in that case, you have, what is it if I'm doing the math? Oh my god, also hold on. Let me do this real quick. Okay, that's already done. This is all yellow. This is all purple. Okay, I also... oh my god, so many fucking purples. God damn it. Okay. So actually, let's just go by the max amount. It's easier that way. So they add 2 more 2 stars, 2 more foil AP. So you get... in a case, you can pull 3 foil APs, 3 2 stars per case. Right? You still have room for 4 more alts of the 1 stars. And I think people would be okay with that if it meant getting rid of some rares. Because you already pull enough rares in a case, let alone a box. I think no one would mind if you increase the alt arts to 2 and then have more 1, 2 stars and whatever in foil APs. 3 stars can obviously stay the same. I think that should be fine. 1 per master case, that's perfectly fine. It's the chase of it. I have no issues with that whatsoever. It's the one thing I have no issue with when it comes to box rates. But just increase the alts. The foil APs, right? Like, as egregious as the 2 stars are, the foil APs are actually even more egregious, in my opinion. Again, I've said this before. It's just me reiterating talking points. But you play 3 APs. Oh, my cock in my ass. Okay. God damn it. Also, that was a 1 alt box. I'm really just pulling all the 1 alts at this point. All the 2 alts are at the bottom. Fuck. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So the alt arts, right? You play 3 APs in general. And generally, yes, you can just play... Ooh, that's actually a nice one for Yuki. Nice. But typically, you play 3. You can just play 1 set of APs, and you're good for the rest of your lifespan in UA. Because you only need 3. That's it. You just transfer and use the same ones. But a lot of players like to kind of bling them out, or they like to play matching ones based on the deck they're playing. However, in my opinion... if you're opening a case, why is it only 1 foil AP? Wouldn't you want 3? Again, the people buying cases are not casuals. Like, I'm not necessarily casual, right? I'm buying stuff to kind of move, resell, but then keep my own set, right? So that I will neg, but I won't neg as bad. But I get all the cards I need without having to get fucking singles and shit. Also, because of championships. If a championship wasn't coming up, I would not buy a single box of the goddamn set. But, the thing is, right? Because I like SAO, but I wouldn't buy a case worth of it. But for foil APs, people buying boxes, why would you not want to increase the chances of pulling the foil APs, right? Because in that way, 1, you have potentially 3 separate people getting foil APs, And then 2, you have the trading card aspect. This is a trading card game, am I wrong? Is this not a TCG? Trading card game. It's in the name, just like EA. You trade around the APs that you don't care about. Unless you're someone who's going for value, which a lot of people will. Like, they'll match value for value. But in general, it's like, fuck it. If I have a foil AP and you have one that I want instead, I'll trade it to you. If I lose money or make money, I don't care. I want the foil AP for a reason, right? But I don't know. It's just... it's just really frustrating. It's like, why do it like this? I'm almost done with this case. I already know the hits are gone. I've taken the foil AP. I've taken the 2-star. That feels fucking shitty. I should not feel this way. It should be happy, right? I still love opening packs. And I think it's fun to open packs for videos and show you guys like the pulls and stuff. I still genuinely find that fun. It's just that I want to better this game. And I don't want it to die. And then, despite calling it a shitty card game earlier, right? That's luck-based. But I don't want this to die. I like the arts on the cards. It's just, there are such simple improvements that would literally cost them no amount of money, no amount of real money to do, to make the changes, and then they won't do it. Why? What the fuck? Granted, it was already a godsend when they changed it from JP, because JP is like fucking 1 alt a box, and it's like a hard one per box. Unless it's a weird-ass error, but like, no, it's usually like 1 alt a box. So, to me, I'm like, oh, fuck, dude, that kind of sucks that they have it 1 alt. But I'm glad we got it, like, maybe 2. But I'm like, why didn't you just make it a hard 2? It just makes no sense to me because they don't change the... We still have a chance to get 1, which is still kind of matching JP in a sense. And that just feels really bad, but, I don't know, man. It's just super painful. It's like you want a game that you like to continue going. And yes, we have a lot of IPs, which will save this, because again, there's a character card game, IP. I'll be honest, if this did not have character IPs, this game would have been dead in like the first several months, because no one would play this fucking game if it was just random IPs, just its own IP or whatever. Like, ooh, I don't know, what the fuck. Raid Shadow Legends TCG, but with this game mechanic. Yeah, no one would fucking play that. It'd be fucking dog shit. But, I don't know, sometimes you want to better the TCG that you're playing in some ways. It's how Yu-Gi-Oh! Has kind of been. People, like, if they kind of increase the rate, it would be nice. Although right now, the complaint with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just, like, the value is really bad. Because Yu-Gi-Oh!'s value has dropped significantly. And a lot of cards just aren't doing it. Because, like, the power creep level hasn't really changed. The format is kind of stale. It is what it is. That's a nice Kirito. Yeah, but, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh's own problems. But, like, again, if you like a TCG enough, you should want it to do better. Riftbound, for example, really popular game. People really like the card game. I like it. I think mechanically it is a very good game. But it's just getting packs, getting boxes, even starter decks, is a fucking pain in the ass. Locally, I haven't seen any. So I'm like, fuck, how am I supposed to get started in the game? I don't want to pay the overpriced scalper prices online. So, but that's the thing, right? It's like you want to, and then if you want to better games by increasing the printing ratios, and they're kind of doing that at least, which is nice, but it's like you want to better the game that you're playing always. So then it's like, why will they not listen, right? It's like really simple changes that they can do, but they just don't want to do it for some reason, which doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. I just feel like it'd be free money. It can't be that expensive to print a fucking foil AP, right? And again, the value is, like, not really there already. They already dropped, so who cares? To me, even if another foil... And that's the thing, right? It's 1 foil AP and 1 2-star per case. But then you look at the prices, and you're like, there's no way it's this cheap. Like, half the 2-stars in the game, or at least a third of them, they're, like, less than $50. How the fuck... This is 1 per case, by the way. You would think it'd be a lot more expensive, but no, it's really fucking cheap. So if it cheapens it further, I don't care. I just... The encouragement should be to put... By the way, that's for the secondhand market, right? If we don't think about the secondhand market at all, then realistically, you want to push people to buy boxes, right? That's the whole point. You print out boxes and packs, people buy them out. It's similar to Pokemon, and that's why Pokemon has kind of had to up their printing, because Obviously, he's getting scalped, but people still like Pokemon because it's the most popular IP in the universe. So, I mean, obviously that's Pokemon, so it's like kind of a bad comparison because Pokemon is way more popular than UA will ever be. But I don't know. It just feels bad. It just feels really bad that they don't really want to change anything. And this set, at least, they went back to the 5 to 6 SRs. Like, they were on a... There was a good start. Like, 5 to 6 SRs was stupid. Why am I gambling on both alts and fucking SRs? But then they were doing 6 SRs a box. And that feels fucking great. Hey, you pulled 6. It's not a gamble of 5 anymore. No. It's just 6 SRs. That feels really nice. But instead, they went back to 5 to 6 for some fucking reason. I know for a fact it can't be because, oh, this set was printed earlier. No, it wasn't. What the fuck? They definitely started production on this after Kaiju or whatever. Or not Kaiju. After Nikkei. After Demon Slayer. They definitely started it after. So what the fuck? Unless they didn't, but that would be really baffling. You have the release dates and you have your printing schedules for production. Why would you start on this? I don't know. I mean, there is a rare chance that, yes, they did start this in production before the change to 6 SRs, but I really doubt it. But I have to ask my friend, because he and someone he knows got a case together of Evangelion. So I need to ask them actually what their ratios are. Because I don't plan on opening any boxes of Ava. So I'm just going to ask them how they're going to do that. But, okay. Fuck, there's that. Fuck that. Man, I'm just on a yapping spree. It's pretty easy to yap when you think about it, actually. I remember I used to have struggles talking, even in front of a camera. The first few times I remember trying recording stuff, I had to re-record it because I just felt really weird. But, I don't know, sometimes you just yap about stuff. But to be fair, my yapping is just me complaining. So you guys get to listen to me, you get to watch me open packs while I complain about the state of the game. It's pretty good, right? But also, I do this for fun anyways. I don't monetize my channel because I don't get enough views. I don't bother. I could edit stuff, but what the fuck am I editing? I don't give a shit. That's a nice Elizabeth, too. Yeah, I don't edit anything. There's nothing to edit. Everything I say is unfiltered. Obviously, I don't say anything egregious because why would I? That's really stupid, but, fuck it. If I call the not the developers, if I call the marketers of this game retarded, it's because they are. I'm not going to take that back. And also, it's not like they sponsor people, I guess. Technically, like, what? They sponsor... Not sponsor. They have Eggman run commentator for, like, tournaments and stuff. But, like... It's actually surprising to me that they actually don't have influencers open boxes. That also might be telling of their card game, is that they don't have influencers opening boxes. Because one of the ways you get people to open product also... Maybe it's not as big, right? Maybe it's not as huge in, like, revenue. But one of the reasons you get people, influencers and stuff, to open boxes is so you can entice viewers to watch their content and then also go to the local card shops and buy boxes. It would encourage people to go locally and support the LGS and buy boxes from stores or on whatever. So, but the fact that they haven't really done that is actually, well, I guess they did. What was it? They opened OPM, I think? I guess they kind of do, right? But it's like one person. Again, I think it's Eggman or something. I remember watching someone do a box opening of like OPM, and they were apparently sponsored by Bandai to do it. But I think it's like only one person that does it, by the way. I don't think it's a lot of people, so. But again, with what I've said about this game, man, there's no shot. It's like I have about the same amount of chances of being sponsored by Bandai for card openings than I do of ever judging a regionals. Let me tell you what. The amount of shit I've talked about this game in the judge Discord, I know for a fact I will never be able to judge an event ever in my lifetime. I'll never be able to because the amount of shit I've talked. I don't suck the game's dick at all. I tell it like it is. And it makes me an asshole, sure, but I like to point out the flaws in this game rather than saying, oh, no, the game's in the perfect spot. Because, here's the thing, right? Believe it or not. It might be surprising, mind you, but a lot of people, they want to judge events. They like to stay quiet. And this is any TCG, by the way. They kind of stay quiet. obviously answer questions. And then they like to, what is it? They like to, not talk anything bad about the game or the company. And it's one thing to not talk bad about Bandai itself, I guess, because this is only one division of Bandai. But a lot of judges for a lot of TCGs, they will not criticize the game in any way, shape, or form. They will not. They'll refuse to, because they want to be seen for events. They want to judge events. And if you're going to have a judge, you want a model person. And usually that model person is someone who sees the game in a very positive light and sees no issues with it. It's actually what I see a lot of people do, is that they will not, it's not even judges only. It's just people in general. If they want to have a good relationship, is obviously you don't trash talk. You try and play nice. It's like sucking the dick, right? But like, man, honestly, the problem is like not, I feel like more people need to speak out, because realistically, like if not enough people say anything is wrong, in this case with the game, Bandai will see that and take it as if there's nothing wrong with this game. Enough people complain about regionals, so they've kind of increased the pricing on that at least. Like, they increased the top cuts for the next set of regionals. But, otherwise, in terms of hit rates and stuff, they haven't changed anything. I guess they made it 6 SRs at one point, but then they went backwards, and now it's like 5 to 6, so it is what it is. But what the fuck? I don't know. They just... Also, holy shit, I'm almost at 2 hours? Fuck! This is a long-ass video. Man, this thing's gonna take forever to upload. Fuck. Alright, after this, I do have to make dinner. Now, man. I was gonna make it a little bit earlier, but... it is what it is. Alright. Kuradil. Man, some of these cards also they make. Kuradil. I mean, yes, he's a character, so it makes sense. But man, his effect is so fucking dog shit. It's not like Muzan where you have stuff in the sideline, by the way. He's just a 0 cost with 1,000 DP. So he's a pathetic attacker and defender. And no trigger. And his effect on silence is to draw cards. Like, why the fuck would I ever play him? But this is a game where anyone can win. I mean, I was talking about this before. You guys remember maybe that, what was it? That JJK list that got 3rd place at, like, the Florida Regionals. And they ran some fucking dog-ass list. So fucking dog shit. Yeah, no. This game proves that anyone can win with anything, technically. But, man, honestly, it's lists like that that make me think, holy fuck, who cares what you run? Maybe you just cheat. Because there's a lot of lists I've seen that somehow do well at tournaments. And, mind you, I'm not saying that they themselves are a bad player. But there are some lists I see that I go, man, there's no way you got this far into a tournament without cheating. Because, holy fuck. Like, the inconsistencies with a lot of people's decks. Hey, man, like, 12 zeros is the average. For regionals, maybe you run 14 so that you reduce your chances of bricking. Because in the best of one, like, the worst thing that happens is that you brick and then you just do nothing. And then you just automatically lose. But, like, man, this game, granted, is always best of one. It's luck-based. But still, it's like, fuck. There are people I've seen who, like, do well somehow. And they play, like, 8 zeros. Or they have some weird-ass knockoff ratios that, like, make no sense. Oh, a Searcher, usually a 4 of. Yeah, they only play 2 of them. Or, ooh, they have finals, but they don't play 3 or 4 of them. They play, like, 0 in a deck that wants finals. Or, oh, man, they don't play specials. They play, like, 2 of these specials and 2 of these. And, like, I don't know, ratios don't make sense. But that's just me complaining about the competitive aspect. Because here's the thing. Like, unlike card games, like... So, UA is weird. It's one of those outliers because, like, games like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Riftbound, you can't get away with shitty deck building and do well by luck. Because those are skill-intensive games. Even Pokemon. Pokemon's similar to this game that there's no interactions on your opponent's turn for the most part. Those games take a lot more skill to play, right? But, like, people with shitty decks and shitty ratios, they never do well. They don't just luck into it in, like, a big tournament. But this is a game in which anyone can just luck into it. And it, honestly, to me, it kind of just makes me suspicious of certain decks and certain people. Because I'm like, I look at the deck list, I'm like, damn, there's no way that you fucking got away with this shitty deck. Oh, man, you played a random 1 bounce. You played a 0 cost rest double gen, but you played like 1 of them only. Why would you even play in the first place? It has no trigger anyways. There's a better card you could play in its place, but... Yeah, that's just me complaining about the competitive aspect, though. It is what it is. I have to complain about something all the time, because, again, Those things are just weird. It's always funny to see people's deck lists. And then I think I've talked to my friends about this before. But you actually notice this pretty quickly. When you take the top 16 deck lists, the further down the deck list you go, the better they get. The top decks, from what I've seen, usually are really fucking dog shit. And then as you get lower and lower in the rankings, they unironically get better in terms of ratios. Like, they're playing the right cards, they're playing the right ratios. It's not some random bullshit that they just threw in there. No, it's like, these are like optimal ratios for a competitive deck. I don't know what it is, but again, I guess, hey, fuck it, the person won, so maybe they're just that good. I don't know. Or maybe they have a good gaming chair, who fucking knows, but... Oh, man, gaming chairs. Speaking of gaming chairs, oh, man, there's an online regionals coming up. Fuck, dude, that sounds... I know friends who are applying for that, and it's fine. I think it's nice for games to be accessible with the online regionals. I think it's super cool. However, online regionals have its own set of problems. And to me, UA having no official FAQs about how online regionals will operate, for example, like what your setup needs to be like, whether your hands need to be visible or not, like them not having any rules yet is kind of weird to me, because we do have an online regionals, I think, like literally next month. It's before Kagurabachi no. I think it's right when Kagurabachi releases, actually. But we do have what do you call it? We do not have any policies or rules about it. So it's baffling to me, because I'm like, online regionals are such a crapshoot. I've played remote duels. I've done online like tournaments for other games. Let me tell you, man, online tournaments are fucking garbage. Again, I'm not knocking on accessibility. I think it's great that people have a chance to play competitively online. One, you have other avenues like that, right? Eggman constantly runs, like, what, box tournaments and shit? Like, what the fuck? And online? Like, online regionals? I think the pricing, though, doesn't include there's no, like, championship card, I guess, which is fine. And there's no, like, no, I think there is, but there's no invites or anything, which is fine. But, like, to me, online regionals are so iffy, just because, again, it's really easy to cheat. And if you have no rules or policies to outline how online tournaments should be at this point, it's kind of scary, because then people can kind of do, like, what, usually for like Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff, it's like your hands have to be visible at all times, right? If you have any sort of delay or lag, you get a warning, and if it's not fixed, then you can get a game loss. If you disconnect at all, you get an instant DQ. There's really like that. The issue is right now for online regionals is that people are going by Digimon, because Digimon does have rules for online regionals that they do have. My issue with that is you're using another card game. Why? They have no official FAQ themselves for Union Arena, but I really want them to make an official one, because again, at the end of the day, these are completely different card games. I do not care that they're all Bandai games. These are still different card games at the end of the day. So they should have rules to officially outline how each individual card game works. Another forecast Asuna, super baller. Yeah, I guess I really do want to kind of max out the deck, but fuck, I'm already doing Nikkei, and I'm fucking killing myself. Anyways, yeah, no, online regionals is just really iffy. I think I had the chance to apply for it. I just don't want to do. I think it's just such a waste of time for online tournaments. You also need judges, and I'll be really honest. With online judges, it's super scuffed. Not necessarily because of the judges themselves, but because of the ones employing them. I've seen big online tournaments with like 4 judges at most. And in my opinion, I go, that's too little. You have people playing consecutive games at the same time. People have ruling questions. You got to bounce back and forth between them. And it's even worse in person. Like, what was it? BCF, and LA. We had like 2 fucking judges each. I'm like, you have 256 players, dog. Why do you have like 2 judges? What the fuck? Yeah, it makes so fucking, what the fuck? It's like, do they not want to put money into this or something? Like, is it that expensive to employ judges? All you do is just, you pay them a little bit, give them some judge packs, and give them some boxes, and call it the fucking day. If you have exclusive judge merch, that's cool, but like, what the fuck? Like, this pricing is fucking dog shit. So, or not pricing, this payment's kind of fucking dog shit, and you only have 2 trying to judge for like over 200 people. Yeah, that sounds fucking miserable. Usually with that many people, you have like at least 4 judges, right? Again, I'm going off of like Yu-Gi-Oh! 256 players, like every 64 players or whatever, it's like usually like 1 judge. So, But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully they improve that. I put that in my surveys too, actually. That, like, for regional events and stuff, they should have more judges. It might cost slightly more, but I'm like, well, you make a fuck ton from people just going to the actual regionals instead, honestly. And even if you kind of neg or break even, it's like, hey, you get people interested in your game playing competitively. Yeah, I think that's worth it for the visibility of this game and its lifespan. Because obviously, any card game needs to have a competitive aspect to it. And if it doesn't, it just kind of dies. Unless it's like, I don't know, like, actually, no, even Weiss has competitive play. It's just not as well known, maybe not as popular. I don't know. I don't know Weiss as well. I'm just talking about my ass. Actually, speaking of Weiss, actually, no, I'll save this for another video. It's a whole conversation. It'd be talking about the Hololive TCG, but it's a whole thing. Okay, anyways. Why do I feel like I've opened a lot of 2-hits, by the way? I don't know if I have, but I feel like I've opened a lot of 2-hits. Hold on. What the hell? I need to count. Okay, so it's what? It's 8, 10, 2, so that's 16, 24. So it should be 24 alts, including the 2-star and the foil AP. Well, let me count these really quick, actually. That's all the boxes, by the way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. Oh, never mind, 24. It just felt like a lot less. I don't know why. Maybe just because of the way I opened it. Anyways, that's it. Yeah, that's actually all the boxes I have. Holy shit, we actually got through it. It's almost 2 hours. Thank you for watching. In terms of the hit rates, still dog shit. It's still the same. But pulling this in the first 5 minutes was fucking terrible for the video. It's fine. I don't care. So yeah, foil AP, it really is just a Yuki Christmas, I guess. Let me try and focus these up. Yeah, so these are 2-star. Again, all the 2-stars in this set look super, super clean. I'm not disappointed. I'm just disappointed I pulled this really early, because then I could just buy half a case. It would have been fine. But yeah, foil AP Yuki and 2-star, super nice combination. Otherwise, all these other alts look really good. Unfortunately, I'm now tempted to kind of rarity bump my purple deck, because that's going to be like one of my main decks going forward. But hey, this is still really cool. And then we have a shit ton of SRs to bump too. So yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. The next time I'll see you guys is probably for the short Nikkei video I'll do later tonight, because there's only one new card that released. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys later.